Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Sommy here and I share videos about lifestyle and motherhood. If you're new here, thank you and don't forget to subscribe. If you weren't all subscribed already, welcome back. So today's video I'll be sharing things that you should do before the baby comes. Like, I'm not going to put it in any order. I have it on my phone here, some of the points that I listed, things that I feel you should do before the baby arrives, and in no order at all. The number one thing I think you should do, if you're a first-time mom, some of these apply to first-time moms, and some are for just for moms that have other kids. And so number one is date your partner. So I mean, having a child is a wonderful thing, but just know that the dynamics of the family will change. I mean, having a new baby is going to bring new joy, bring, great moments. But also, just if you're a first time mom, it's going to be the last time that it will just be you and your partner. So that's a great time to kind of like have lots of dates, see movies together, do some of those things that you know. I mean, it's not like you can do it after the baby comes, but it's just like, just have other memories of just the two of you right before the baby comes. Because once the baby comes, at least for the first few weeks, that depending on if you have a lot of support or not, you might not be able to do some of those things at that time, like going to see a movie, when you have to be doing feedings every hour or 2 hours. So just, date your partner, go on dates. You can have a baby moon, travel together. That might be your last travel as a family of just two of you. So date your partner. Number two is deal with all paperwork. Deal with paperwork. There's a lot of paperwork that is involved with children. So you would have to do, before the baby comes, a lot of paperwork that has to be done. It depends on what time. If you had a child like around like in the first quarter of the year and you live in the US, you have to deal with things like taxes. So get all your paperwork for your taxes done. You have to get your parental leave, before the baby comes. Try and get like all those things drafted out, put in place. Are you going on maternity leave? How long will it take? Do you need a doctor's notes? Things like that that you can do. Things that you can do before. Try and do those kind of like paperwork before. Registration. You might have to do registration at the hospital. You might have to do a tour of the clinic. Like, sort out everything that has to do with paperwork. Which reminds me, you should also do a tour of the hospital, the facility where you'll be having your baby. Do the paperwork, have your insurance, like every paperwork, have it down to the T. So that once the baby comes, you don't have to have loads of paperwork that you'll be doing that, because there'll be too many. There'll be too many. Choose a pediatrician for your child, because once the baby comes, that's not when you want to go and start looking for a pediatrician or a practice. Even if you've had other kids before and you'll be using the same pediatrician, which is most likely you'll be doing, let the pediatrician know that there's a new baby coming on board. Get to the hospital, fill out the forms in the hospital, put the pediatrician's name down, like sort out every hospital registration for giving birth and everything like that. So which also leads me to number three point, which is like register with the hospital, register with both a pediatric practice and a maternity. Like, register with all the hospitals where you'll be needing their services that period. Also, have activities for older kids. So this pertains to people who already have other kids. It's tough having a new addition to a family that will kind of like throw up everybody's equilibrium. So if you don't want your kids feeling like they're left out, and you don't want to make the newborn suffer as well. You don't want your kids feeling like they're left out, because you always had attention for them 24/7 or whatever attention you had for them before now. So have activities that you can do with them, like pre-batch the activities, so that you have sort of like have a routine. That's another video I'm supposed to make, like our routines, because everybody's routine is different. Baby wakes up at a certain time, you know, this one is going down at this time, this one is waking up at this time. That whole period, you feel like you were kind of like in a bubble. So it's good to have sort of like something in mind. Okay, I would like the older kids to maybe take a walk with the older kids every morning, or I want them to do a lot of coloring this whole period. Like, have things planned out for them so that they don't feel like you're giving all your attention to the newborn at that time, which you shouldn't be doing, you know, so that everybody feels like they're part of the family, you know what I mean? I'll fall into that dilemma of just doing things for the baby, shopping for the baby, but don't forget yourself. Have your postpartum care kit ready. Depending on what kind of birth you're going to be having, either vaginal birth or a C-section, you should have your postpartum kit ready. You know, things that you're going to use after the baby comes. Have those things. Not after you had the baby, you start running around or going on Amazon to start looking for what not to buy. Like, honey, have your things ready. Have your another thing on my list is have your breastfeeding section or feeding section ready. Wherever you're going to breastfeed on, if depending on what you decide to do, either to breastfeed or to bottle feed, but have a station ready for feeding. You know, you should have things like your snack, a water bottle, even if it's a show you want to binge on that period while you're, you know, if you're feeding the baby or breastfeeding the baby, wherever you want to be, have something like a kit there for you, so that once you're in that chair, you have everything you need within arm's reach. You have a book there if you want to read books. Your phone, your charging station is also there, so that everything like you need, everything you need will be there. You don't want to be walking around trying to figure out where's my phone, where's the remote, where's this, where's, like, let that be the sacred place that nobody is gonna mess with, like your feeding station. There's something else you have to do: meal prep. Please, I didn't get to do meal prep or put a lot of things in the freezer for that period, because I know I was going to have my mom around, but I had moi moi. Yeah, I had moi moi, and I was gonna make stew the day before I left for the hospital. So that was all I had. But I knew that once my mom arrives, I will not enter that kitchen again. I made sure that at least I had the ingredients, like everything that was going to be used, ready. So once my mom came, she made us like stew, soups. We're Nigerians, so she made us stew, soups, beans, okpa, like everything. She made everything for us, so I don't have to be going to the kitchen to figure out what do we have to eat or what we don't have to eat. Like, so you take a lot of time for yourself to recover. You know, you don't want to come back and feel the pressure or the need to run to the kitchen. If you don't have your mom or someone that can come and be with you at that time, cook a lot and have it in the freezer, so that what you're doing at that period is just reheating foods. You don't want to be cooking while you're still trying to recover and have a schedule with a newborn. This one is prepare the kids' minds for a new baby's arrival. So that's if you have kids already, let them know that there's a new baby coming. So what we did was, my daughter, she got like a stroller. Her grandparents got her like a stroller and a baby, and like the baby had like every baby thing, like the bob clothes, the pacifier, the bottles, the stroller, like everything she needed for a newborn baby. So when I'm sitting, she comes and sits with me and feels like she's also feeding her own baby. So like, prepare their mind, let them know that there's a baby coming. Mommy's pregnant now, mommy's expecting a new baby. This is the baby we'll be having, a girl or a boy, or it might be a surprise. Like, let them know that there's a new baby coming, and that the family is increasing, we are growing. You know, mommy loves you, mommy loves baby. Like, let them know, prepare their mind. This is something I did. You buy gifts for the kids and tell them it's from the baby. So when they come to visit the baby at the hospital, you give them their gifts and say, that's what baby is giving you, you know. And so my kids also, which was very sweet, I didn't even tell them to do it, but they made a card for the baby when I left, And so when we came back from the hospital, Eze and Chichi got us cards, and they said, we made this card for the baby. Welcome, baby. That was so sweet. I didn't even tell them to do it. I guess maybe my husband did. I don't know. But they got us a card, which I kept. I'm going to show them, by God's grace, when they grow older. So prepare their mind. Let them know that, you know, there's something happening. So they're part of the whole thing. So when I had my daughter Chichi, Eze kind of like, I don't think he really understood it very well. He kind of thought there was a baby, but he still felt sort of like, who is this girl? Like, you know, what is happening? But I feel like with the second one now, he had a better transition. And also my daughter had a better transition. Chichi had a better transition. Because she kept asking, where's the baby? When she sees the baby, she's like, baby loves me. Baby's smiling. Baby wants me. Baby this. Baby that. Baby's hungry. Baby, you know. So I feel like she kind of like understands. Like she doesn't go there trying to like hit the baby, trying to pinch baby. But she always wants to carry the baby. I want to carry baby. You know, so I feel like you should prepare their minds for what is about to happen. So it doesn't kind of like, who is this? Go back to the hospital where you came back from. And then also, make sure you hang out with your hubby, with your husband and your kids. Like before the baby comes, do lots of fun things before the baby comes. Because at least for the first 2 or 3 weeks, you guys will not be going out a lot like you used to. So kind of like do some of the fun things before the baby comes. I really hope this was helpful for someone, and I kind of like reminded you of things that you should get ready before you get a new addition to your family. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye.